Zimbabwe.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see I did sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth fat fruit in his season. Him live never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment, not the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah love the way of the righteous, and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Joe! Kadamawe grumabe atela exag beer tanaistalin abashante shante 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 Kadamawe grumabe atela where two centuries meet in the name of the Most High Jah at the so Jaja de. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon them same house we build for you, the watchman I will watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is saved. That is why the Almighty Father tell you, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I give thanks and I say unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, and Master Yahuda, and Master Negusto Danielam. Komaya Sataya, Haimana Pio Aya, Kadamawe Grumabe Atela. This is the Black Pot, AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot rests on the fire, there is something sumptuous cooking. My brother, my sister. Now, the mystery of the African black pot is here to stay. It brings about unity. At the same time, it brings about togetherness, sumptuousness. And of course, it gives you the right nutrition in the right quantities that you need. Now, watch how it happens. Now, as long as we have the black pot sitting on the fire, we know that it is getting ready for ingredients. Ingredients of different types, different colors, shapes, sizes, and even tastes come into the black pot. Oh my God, in unison and agreement. And all these wonderful ingredients with different sizes and different tastes now come together to produce one homogeneous product, which is known as the food that you eat. And that is what nourishes you. That is what keeps you strong. That is why we say we might have different shades of black skin, different sizes, different shapes. My brother, my sister, but we are one people. And when we come together, we will be able to change the whole universe. This is the Black Pot, AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we normally would not criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. This is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And it starts right now. Now, the very first thing I would like to look at is this. Sam Jonah begs for Nkrumah'S shoes. Oh my God. This is the man, Sam Jonah. Very rich. Recently he told us that, hey, hear me. I do not want to be judged by my wealth. If anybody decides to be judged by how much money or how much wealth he has, then that person has nothing to offer. My brother, my sister, it sounded so wise. This is the same man who is going around talking about the fact that at the time that he was the CEO of Anglo Gold Ashanti, there was so much gold. And at the same time, Ghana owned 55% of the gold and even more. Now Ghana owns nothing in that outfit of mining, all because Ghana has sold its birthright to some wicked people who colonized us years back and are still coming back to take the rest of the spoils. My brother, my sister, colonialism is real. That is what Nkrumah would call neo-colonialism. Hey, hear me now. Now it is time for Kwame Nkrumah. Some Jonah all of a sudden is talking about Nkrumah. And what is he saying? If I were a president for 1 hour, I will step into Nkrumah's shoes. Come along. You will step into whose shoes? Nkrumah's shoes. Are you sure you have the right foot size to fit those shoes? Well, let's find out. The Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, UCC, Sam Esan Jonah, says if he were to get the opportunity to be Ghana's leader, he would want to be like former President Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And his name is what? Sam Esan Jonah. And what is he saying? If he had the power for 1 hour to be president, he would fit into the shoes of Nkrumah. Now, when you read it further, it says, the business mogul and statesman said he would greatly appreciate it, even if it was to be for 1 hour. He would appreciate it. Sir Jonah was responding to a question by AKUFO-ADDO in an interview on Thursday morning on the national broadcaster GTV. The host was interested in knowing what law Sir Jonah would pass if he were to be president for 1 day. This was against the backdrop that this year, 2022, is 50 years since the country's first president. My brother, my sister, dash it away, let me tell you something. Hear me now. Sam Jonah says that if he becomes president for 1 hour, he will fit into the shoes of Nkrumah. I'm glad that you are extolling the virtues of Kwame Nkrumah. But may I ask you to begin by shedding off that dirty KBE that the king, or is it queen, or is it a combination of the two? Better still, the throne of England gave to you. This is a man who is carrying the knighthood of the British Empire that Nkrumah fought against. You see, history is very important. He holds a KBE, Knight of the British Empire. What is the British Empire? It was a deadly, vampirous, bloody empire that sucked the blood of black people. It was an empire heralded by the British, controlled by the British, and they turned it into their slaughterhouse, and black people became the sacrificial lambs. My brother, my sister, they visited us with rape, murder, robbery, and generally they dehumanized us, and they proudly called it the British Empire. Today, my brother, my sister, if Prince Charles or King Who or Queen Who calls you to give you an award, a certain kind of recognition of the British Empire, and all it is talking about is you are a knight of the British Empire and you want to step into the shoes of Kwame Nkrumah, it's not possible. Nkrumah fought against this dirty British Empire, fought against the atrocities right from the days of slavery all the way down to the days of colonialism and even neo-colonialism. So Sam Jonah, you are carrying that knighthood as if it was a huge diadem of diamonds on your head, flaunting your plumes, colorful plumes, extolling the virtues of the British Empire, and at the same time gallivanting in that euphoria of knighthood. You get me? We Nkrumah'S refuse to be dirtied. We Nkrumah'S refuse to be diluted. How can you step into the shoes of Nkrumah when your legs are so tiny? It's not possible. You will flood in those shoes. In fact, you will get missing. You'll be drowned in the shoes. I respect some Jonah as a man, but recently you started talking about the KBE and how the queen did not give it to you, and how it was the prince or the king or the who gave it to you. I don't care who gave it to you. It represents the throne that killed millions of our people. The throne that slaughtered us and dehumanized us. They are not ready to pull back that and apologize for those atrocities. As long as they remain hinged on, latched on to their so-called British Empire, I do not want to be part of it. If you are part of it, you can't be an Nkrumah'ist. If you are part of it, Nkrumah's shoes you will never find. Hey, today people are talking a lot about Nkrumah. Come along. Come along. A lot of headlines are coming out about Nkrumah. Watch this. Nkrumah's political, economic ideologies still relevant for Africa's development. And this is a Pan-Africanist. And when you read it, what does it say? Mr. Harrison Owusu, a movement coordinator of Africans Rising, a Pan-African movement, has paid tribute to the late Osagyefo Dr. Nkrumah, Ghana's first president, for championing the cause of the continent's progress. Come along, let's read it. I'm going to take only the first two paragraphs. He said, Dr. Nkrumah's belief in a united and wealthy Africa, independent of foreign aids and donuts, to realize the people's development agenda is still relevant today to us as Pan-African movement. There cannot be a better time for the continent to begin to embrace the late Dr. Nkrumah's ideologies than now. Dash it away. You see? Now, the people who hate Nkrumah, how do you feel when you read some of these things? Now, the people who are crying that Nkrumah was nothing but a villain and chased him out of this country with their demonic dogs. Now, the people running around, rallying like hounded dogs, barking at anything Nkrumah, the effigies of Nkrumah, statues of Nkrumah, even the grave of Nkrumah they want to loot. What dirty, pot-bellied people in power. Ego-bloated, nonchalant Homo sapiens. What a thing. Today everybody is extolling the virtues of Nkrumah. So what happened to Nkrumah? Who misled who to kick out Nkrumah? My brother, my sister, I've heard some people, my very good friend, very, very good friend, Paul Adumotre, wherever you are, I know you're watching. You watch this show regularly. I salute you. With all respect, says that Kotoka was a hero. Because Kotoka overthrew Nkrumah, who sought to demean the constitution at that time. Should I say it again? Kotoka was a hero because he removed Nkrumah, who at that time had instituted what was known as the one-party state. And he had sought to demean the constitution at that time. There was no way to remove Nkrumah because there was a one-party state. And therefore, political parties could not remove him through the ballot box. And when I heard it, I started to puke. Come along. And I'm still puking. Jesus. Hear me now. How many elections did Nkrumah win in this country? Nkrumah was the best brain of this country. Several African countries came to this country, Ghana, the Mecca of independence. The country that first gained, that word is gained, independence south of the Sahara without the help of the so-called Big Six. When J.B. Dankwa and the rest of them were running around like vultures ready to swoop on some dirty carcass, running after the Queen of England and telling the Queen that we as a nation were not ready for independence, Nkrumah forged on, got the independence, led the country. Hear me now. Listen, Nkrumah, under no circumstances could ever be threatened with elections. That's one thing I would like everybody to be aware of. Listen, somewhere in 1951, when they had their first elections, hear what happened. Out of the 34 seats, how many seats did the CPP win under Nkrumah? 32. JB Dankwa couldn't even win a seat in JB. We all remember that, right? Nkrumah was known as Nkrumah Showboy, Kwame Nkrumah Showboy. Everywhere he went, even his enemies waved at him. But when the evilous, dirty demons, led by JB Dankwa and the rest of them, the Edward AKUFO-ADDOs and the rest, who now want to force us to recognize them as some elements of value to this country, I refuse. Don't we know our history? When they were throwing bombs and trying to kill him, he had to bring about what was known as a state of emergency. When there's a state of emergency, the constitution is on hold. True? I'm not a lawyer. But hey, they're here and son they have effort. You are their cans. You speak your language better. Bombs are flying all over the place, and he said the constitution says we should plant flowers. So we go out and plant the flowers, and boom, bombs remove those flowers and other effigies. He said constitution says, oh, we should in fact go out there and then when there are things that are disturbing the very foundation of the constitution, you turn a blind eye towards what made Nkrumah decide the one-party state. What Nkrumah realized was that people were so much egotistical. It was a do or die situation to get power. They had tried several times. They couldn't get the power through the ballot box. So they now wanted to get the power through bombs. Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab. So the wisdom of Nkrumah taught him, okay, ban all political parties for the time being. Even the CPP, ban it. There's a one-party state right now, as in the party that is in power. Let's rule the country for some time. When everywhere is calm, we will certainly go back to our democracy, because I am the champion of democracy. And then Kotoka comes in, takes Kwame Nkrumah away, and you applaud him and name a whole airport after him because he saved the constitution. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Please, let's think about this, and do not let people mislead us when it comes to our history. Nkrumah was not an angel. No. He made his own mistakes, just like every other human being. But today, everybody says Nkrumah. So how do you feel? You saved the constitution. Yes, you removed him. Today, everybody is crying that he should have been there. When you removed him and brought AKUFO-ADDO and all those people there, what did they do? AKUFO-ADDO's son is here to continue what his father started, to demean and disrespect and sell every mineral that we have in this country. Yesterday, I was driving around AKUFO-ADDO's dwarfish statue right there at the, Togo embassy there. How many of us know that area? That's where the current president, Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, has planted his father's dwarfish staff there. And I saw so many policemen there. I said, is it because Black RASTA says that if I were president, I'll go and break down that statue? Is that why? Well, I'm not president. Policemen all over the place. Are you guarding the thing? Meanwhile, you have gone to Nkrumah Mausoleum, excavated the whole place, and at the same time, Nkrumah's grave, you have decided to disrespect. My brother, my sister, Nkrumah stays. No matter your hatred for Nkrumah. But as for you, Sam Jonah, I'm glad you say you are an Nkrumah'ist. But you will never bear that label As long as you continue wearing that dirty crown, KBE, Knight of the British Empire, know your history. Why is it that people are so interested in awards and dirty recognitions? I almost said something. Vodafone Ghana Music Award. People should vote and win awards. Are you not buying the awards? And see people dressed in their best Christmas attire. What are you wearing? I'm wearing Machine Gomonche, names that you have never heard. As if the devil gives them those names. Oh, which shoe are you wearing? They mention some name which can only be found in hell. And then they go around, they want to win awards. Yes, we're all part of it some years ago, but we've become wiser. Paul said in the Bible, when I was young, I behaved like a child. Now I am grown. I am behaving like the man I am supposed to behave. True? Everybody wants awards. Why? Some people, for the love of awards, oh my God, they can do anything. Hey, Nkrumah remains stalwart. He remains tall. Nkrumah remains the father of democracy in Africa. Nkrumah remains the biggest statute of Rhodes. Have you ever heard that? The statue of Rhodes, right? That gargantuan statue, one of the biggest wonders of the world in the days gone by. Nkrumah is that statue. And he will remain in our history forever and ever. You overthrew him. But he's become more and more and more famous, not even popular. That should tell you that you guys are still languishing in the doldrums of absolute despondency. Hallelujah. 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 Dash it away. Let's deal with the next thing. Next thing. And what does it say? The dirty politics of cocoa. The country that has the best cocoa in the world. Our cocoa beans taste like honey. When you eat Ghana cocoa, you get an instant erection. How many people know that? How many people know the secret hidden in cocoa? There is something in cocoa. I don't want to go too much into the details. That brings out the libido in you. It makes you have constant, strong, powerful erections. That's the power of cocoa. And the Ghana cocoa has the best such quality in the world. That is why when it comes to the so-called Valentine Day, now they call it Chocolate Day. Because when you eat it, your libido rises. Research it. Our cocoa is unique. The history of our cocoa, we brought it all the way from Bioko in the Equatorial Guinea. Today, they themselves don't even have that cocoa. They don't even have cocoa at all. Ghana is the capital of cocoa in the whole world. But look at the dirty politics going on. Cocoa farmers threatening to smuggle product to Ivory Coast if producing price is not increased. Since we started producing cocoa, we've never been independent. The EU brings us loans every now and then, sometimes freebies for us to plant our own cocoa. I'll tell you the politics around there, but in the interim, watch this. Cocoa farmers in Jampokrom, in the Sechujua Boso district of the Western North region, have threatened to smuggle their cocoa products to Ivory Coast if the government fails to increase the cocoa producing price for 2022 and 2023 season. They want a bag of cocoa, which currently sells at 660,000, right? To be, okay, that's like, 660. Yeah, 660 Ghana cedis to be adjusted to 1,200, almost twice. According to the farmers, they are not spared with the current situation of the economy. Notwithstanding that, the cost of farm inputs, laborers, and other services have outrageously increased. We harvest large quantities of cocoa in this area, but do not have any benefits for our work. I'm sure that's what they wanted to write there. We engage in several farming activities and cultivate varieties of crops, yet we are unable to afford our children's education. We have heard that the cocoa business is now lucrative in Cote d'Ivoire. So if the government does not increase the prices for us, we would export the products, because fortunately for us, we are close to the Ivory Coast border. He hinted. Dash it away. I saw the video of a certain old man. That man should have been like 96, all teeth gone. He said, "Be me plant my cocoa. Be you can't plant the cocoa for me. I cut it. I dig gold. Me, I have money. Planting for food and job. It be me." How many of you have seen that video? So sad. My brother, they said they are going to partake in a certain illegality of smuggling to punish this government in power. You see, much as we see it as unpatriotic, we must also look at how the cocoa farmers are suffering, their predicament. They are talking about farm implements. At the same time, they are talking about fertilizer. They are talking about whatever. All of a sudden increased, boom, because of a dirty government in power that will be booed from now till the end. So for the next 2 years, every event this president attends, he will get a bouquet of boos. We will boo you until you can't hear your own voice. We will boo you until heaven hears the boos and removes you after your 2 years. You are a demonic president. You are the worst president we have ever had in this country. Your legacy is a legacy of the demon, Satan, Lucifer, Macarius. May you continue to be Satan's best friend. Walk hand in hand. Fly on planes night and day and eat all that you want to eat with Sewa Bruni. I don't like this president because he doesn't like good things happening to us. Now the cocoa farmers are crying. They want to go to the Ivory Coast. Why? You want a salary for your wife. You want a salary for your vice president's wife. Yet those who are there planting the cocoa that is giving the nation money, you turn a blind eye to them. You have no respect for NAPCO workers. Out of 11 months, you've paid them only 1 month's salary. Can you live like that? If we had agreed that you paid your wife's salary, would you even default 1 month? What a greedy, dirty president. Oh my God. Cocoa farmers are crying. Now they are cutting down their cocoa trees in frustration to dig the ground and get gold. A time will come, this country will be like what happened to Bioko in the Equatorial Guinea. No cocoa trees. We would only show our children cocoa in books. Oh, we used to have this. You know, it's a pod that is yellow, and we used to call it the golden pod because it's the plant form of the gold. You know, by what time you would have been long dead and gone. And those who will live here are those who are going to be battling with the nonsense that you have planted. There's a saying that I would like to share with you. That those who plant wind will reap what? A storm. Come along. He needs to see my face properly. This is my proper face. Those who plant wind reap a storm. You know what wind is? A storm is boof, boof. My brother, my sister, this is recipe for disaster. Arrogant president who will not listen to anything. Now our cocoa is going to be smuggled to our biggest competitor in the world. Ivory Coast is the biggest exporter of cocoa in the world right now. They overtook us years back. Yes, we still have our beautiful sweet cocoa. Now they are going to export that to the Ivory Coast. And if they are smart, they can plant the same thing and duplicate what we uniquely have here. I pray that they do something for these cocoa people. In fact, the cocoa farmers in Ghana, I empathize with you. I don't qualify to sympathize with you. I empathize with you. And I pray that things get better for you. It's my prayer. I know what you go through. You plant cocoa, it takes more than 5 years before it starts bearing the first fruits. For the 5 years, you sit down, you are drinking air. Like that. And wait for 5 years. By what time? The presidency of one man would have gone and another one would have started. 1 year. It's not easy. And for you to be disrespected like this, but I still want to crave your indulgence. Patriotism. Sometimes the ultimate sacrifice is what you are doing. Don't smuggle the cocoa. Smuggling is not good. Please, love this country, even if some people hate it. They hated Nkrumah, but today everybody is saying Nkrumah was an angel. To God be the glory. I have a quote for you on smuggling, which is the biggest drug you can think of, the most addictive. Is which one? I have a quote that is about smuggling, and you see a drug in it. In the interim, hey! Woyo! This is the blackboard. This is the ultimate. We are number one when it comes to Pan-Africanism on TV. We are number one when it comes to patriotism. Pick our numbers off the screen. We are heard and watched all over Africa and beyond via satellite. We are on Pan-African TV. We are also on Loud Silence TV. And we are watched all over the continent of Africa and beyond. This is the show everybody's listening to. And we are also on Black Empire TV, our own TV, and also on Ghana Web TV. One show is broadcast around the world, several different platforms. That is why your product will do so well here. Pick up our numbers. Don't spend too much money calling us. Send us a WhatsApp message or a WhatsApp call for free, and then we will hack into your call. Advertise your product. Tell us what budget you have. The more the African businesses grow, the more we grow. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. You saw that quote, right? By Jose Mujia. What did he say? The fight against the drug smuggling is lost worldwide. Did you read it properly? The fight against the drug smuggling is lost worldwide. If people truly want to smuggle, hey, they can even hide it in their intestines. After all, that was how Tete Kwashi even brought the cocoa here. Tete Kwashi was the biggest smuggler, the most sophisticated smuggler, who we are celebrating as a hero in this country. We love him because he brought us one of the best products, cocoa. And legend has it that he swallowed it into his intestines. How many people know that story? But as a child, I started wondering, but the stomach is not supposed to be hot. Hot, heat, wouldn't it kill the seeds? Hey, cocoa seed, no, they die like that, oh. Hey, you need plenty heat. If the heat self be too much, it will turn into chocolate. Jesus, hallelujah. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. Next thing, watch what it is. Say it. OKRAKU MANTEY, FANFOOL'S, AKUFO-ADDO. This is OKRAKU MANTEY. A very innocent looking face, but very dangerous human being. This guy here, he's fanfooling the president. In fact, he's lying to the president. You know what it means to fanfool somebody? The person is not doing well, then you go and lie to the person. Oh, you are the best. Everybody is saying that you are good. Watch this. They were cheering him. OKRAKU MANTEY on AKUFO-ADDO's booing at Global Citizen Festival. Jesus have mercy. According to him, that's OKRAKU MANTEY, unlike what is being projected out in the media, the president was rather cheered. Yes, the president was rather cheered when he made his way to the podium to read the speech last Saturday at the Black Star Square in Dash-it-away. So that's what OKRAKU MANTEY is saying. You know, his ministry, he's a deputy minister of tourism. I don't know where Awal is. Awal is a smart guy. He pushes this guy to come and make all the blunder so that all the punches go to him whilst he sits back and he watches. After all, this guy claims he's a media man. From funeral tourism to, oh, they were cheering Mr. President. When all the major media houses in the world captured that pitiful moment where your president was reduced to a nitwit. That guy doesn't even understand what nitwit is. The last time I heard about the OKRAKU MANTEY, I heard the president was going to remove him and bring Obuo there. That's what I heard. Another brother in the industry. Maybe he would have even done better. Because this guy is from one mess to the next mess to the next. How can you say this? What a joker. Hey, were you there? These were the people who were there. OKRAKU MANTEY and his people. And everybody, so away is cheering. Since when are you changing the lexicon? What is happening in this country? Hey, follow me. Come. Hey, those of you who read fairy tales when you were young, I'm not sure OKRAKU MANTEY read those. Fairy tales. Fairy tales. I'm talking about Arabian Nights and the stories of, goblins and all those things. I read that when I was a little boy. Thanks to my father and mother, educationists, they had those books. Jack and the Beanstalk. You remember that? And our own fairy tales in Ghana, Dabu Akusia. Yeah? Hey, there was a story about an emperor wearing no clothes. How many of you remember that story? Show by hands if you remember that story. You see. There was an emperor rich. He wanted to have. At a point, some thieves, 3 thieves, realized that this was an emperor full of ego. You know what they did? Change this title to Emperor Wears No Clothes. Change it right now. Emperor Wears No Clothes. Hear me. So from OKRAKU MANTEY, FANFOOL'S, AKUFO-ADDO, Emperor Wears No Clothes. See how we are going to make the two. Hear me now. Now, the emperor was approached by 3 thieves. And they told him, oh, emperor, you know what? In fact, we can make you an invisible garment. Invisible. In fact, the people who can see that are the people who are pious. If you are so sinful, you cannot see the clothes. And the king said, wow. The emperor was like, wow. Hey, okay, go ahead. They spent days, months, so much time in the palace, eating good food, like AKUFO-ADDO eats when he's on the plane. And, the king gave them women like Sewa Bruni. They were there banging and enjoying every kind of position. They did doggy style, everything. You know what happened? Jesus. Once in a while, the king will come in. And the guys will get up all of a sudden, pretending to be weaving the thing. And then they will ask each other, oh, this color is so beautiful. Oh, this one is so nice. How about this side? And the king will stand there and be watching. But the king couldn't see anything. But the king didn't also want to say he was sinful. So he called his juju men to come there and see if the people were actually making, the cloth they were making was nice. And when the juju men came, do you think that they will come and say, we are not seeing anything? So that the king will say that you guys are sinful? When the king said, wow, king, Oh, what a garment. The whole world will bow down before you. Yet they saw nothing. They fanfooled the king. So it was announced all over the land that the king was going to premiere his long, invisible gown. And that people, listen to this, people who were sinful and criminal would not be able to see it. So it was time for the whole country to come out and test their sinlessness and sinfulness. So when they came out, the king was on the horse, the chariot. In fact, the people came and put it on him. Oh, make the hair fine. Oh, here, make it nice. Make it nice. They pretended they were putting there. Those three thieves took their money and left that country that very minute. The naked king was in the palanquin with his langa moving left, right, and center. And he was behaving as if he was the most well-dressed man in the world. And the whole country was watching him. They were seeing the king's langa, but they didn't want to say they were sinful. So what did they say? Oh, what a gown. There was even one man saying, oh, what a gown. Signifying the langaness of the king. Oh, what a gown. It took a little child of about 2 years whose mother was carrying her, so sinless, so innocent, was just beginning to talk. Say, Mama, but the kid, the emperor is naked. Everybody turned. They realized that if it's about sin, this little child is without sin. 2 years old, knows nothing. This is it. The king is actually naked. And when the emperor heard it, he quickly did this and hid in his chariot. They were looking for the thieves, they were gone. When they returned to the palace, the juju men, that is OKRAKU MANTEY. Your president is naked. You go around fanfooling your president. Tell the president the truth that he's naked. He's wearing no clothes. The clothes at the end, remove the last E there and make it CLOTHS. You know? My brother, my sister, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is life. So we do it. We do it like that. Yes, that's it. We teach grammar as well. Missy, I've been dread. Missy, I've been papa. Yeah, sure. Nana Addo will suffer more boost if he remains adamant. And this is Kofi Akpalu. I don't know Akpalu, but that is his photo. Hey, that's him. He has gray hair, so he's wise. Presidential hopeful Percival Kofi Akpalu believes that the hostility which was exhibited towards President AKUFO-ADDO over the weekend is the tip of the iceberg. To Mr. Kofi Akpalu, who is the founder of the Liberty Party of Ghana, LPG. Hey, liquefied petroleum gas. Jesus. LPG, Liberty Party of Ghana, which such reactions from the public are anticipated and not unusual, especially when things seem to go awry, yes, in the course of governance. That's it away. It's horrendous. It's horrendous. Yes, it is. It's horrendous. OKRAKU, if you heard that the president wanted to remove you, and for that matter, you have started prophesying to him that they were cheering him, please, we were all booing him. And some people were even trying to stop us from booing him. He's an old man, don't do that. The more they said it, the more we charged. We booed him out of hunger. Hunger, not anger. Hunger. We were hungry. Especially when we saw those people sitting in the VIP and drinking all the wines and laughing. We had to boo him. Next time, do a better job. When we return, everything will be okay. When we return, we will be good. When we return, we will still have hope. But I have a quiz question for you. Which country in the world, in fact, which country in Africa is the most popular? Which is the most popular country in Africa? Do you know? Do you know? Hallelujah. Do you know? Hey! Wayo!
My name is Waris, but all of you know me as Comedian Waris. I come from a home where cleanliness is not only next to godliness, but a must. We seldom fell ill, and we saved our doctor this headache. At an early age, my mother introduced us to our best gift ever, PJ's Acid Cleaner. PJ's Acid Cleaner kills 99% of all germs and keeps your WCs, marbles, tiles, and concrete floors sparkling new and clean. In fact, you don't need any extra muscle when it comes to PJ's Acid Cleaner. It has all the muscle. When my fiancée, Mamiya, first visited me, I almost lost her. She didn't believe I was single, lived alone, and without a house help. Yet my house had this great fragrance and was always clean. I had to reveal my secret, PJ's Acid Cleaner, my family's greatest gift.
For bulk purchases, please call 0244 624 526 or 0262 233 243.
Am I a sumo?
Yes, Mama Radin.
And you may a king cancer, no. You have my sister Paulina and a day after.
You may a king cancer, no. You better free. Abus chapter.
Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews.
Hey, madam!
Majem Tina Tet Hayan Herbal Capsule, a drawing Tina Berwat Semi. Me ready, I mention glasses. Obroni Bessie, see clear.
Hey, no crow. Tina Tet Hayan Herbal Capsules, a full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A drawing baby atwa, got Tina Tet Herbal Shop. Hey, now wait.
Yeah,
Tina Tet Hayan.
see clear. Luxury home, it's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wig caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. We do nail training here, we do braids training, we do wig caps installation, we do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Check Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Check Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
First of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer, I am an author, I am a songwriter, I am a poetess, and I am an actress. Right? I do the whole, I've been doing this for many years. And so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art, that's me. You think art and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music, I do inspirational music, I do cultural music, I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. You know, or the adult, if you feel like you need some motivation or so. The kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on that, you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're crippled, you know. You don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor and can't take care of and that is no good, it's not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. You know, they just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, you know, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down the orchard. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, the GMO in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation when no Sunday.
Bed of Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be the 16BARS M-as-in-Mary.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I am available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me on, first of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's. So that's Empress, which is DIANNA. So that's Empress Diana, that's my IG. And also you can also, you know, send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time it's the word all spelled out. 16barsmm mm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16 bars mm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, don't you move in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation.
Sorry.
Oh, Doc. Yes, and youบอกDoc. I want to know your thing. We know why she. I've said, "Do you know ma? No, say the young kukru. So your stomach was up. Said the young heartburn. So I said, "Become." And then cry. Meaning said if you be forcing, I don't know.
Test results natural say when you malaria on the moji.
Yeah, 3D.
Yes, malaria. Nani yem no so we no here. Tinatet tomac and a tinatet malake. Fama no nano ho betono.
Malake, anything I take to Mac. I'm on my free.
Tinatet malake eyama obi a wanya malaria fever ena tinatet tomac mixture eyama obi a wanya indigestion yenhwehwemu hu so wanya malaria and sana wafa adroi. Not recommended for children below 12 years. Pregnant or lactating mothers should consult a doctor.
Go on, Skipper George. Blackpot, Coco show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO. Yes, it's Egypt. And thanks so much to all our sponsors. We love you. We appreciate you. Do business with us. We thank you so much. Chick Luxury Beauty Home. Hey, if you truly want to look beautiful, if everybody says you're not beautiful, it's a lie. You only need to go to Chick Luxury Beauty Home. Pick their numbers off the screen. Go visit them. Hey, they do natural twist and locks. They massage you. They do waxing, lashes, and even perm cutting, wigs and braids. They have their own personal care chic products. They are located right there inside Asafwache, Akwabwa Link, Ajringona Road. Pick up the numbers and call them. We want to say thank you so much to Tinatet Natural Health Center, the house of quality herbal medicines. Hey, whatever sickness you're suffering from, check out Tinatet. Venicare is for women. It keeps your heavens tight like virgin, And when the man comes in, he can't go out. It's too tight, Men, 230 capsules. You need 2 capsules. 30 minutes later, hey, you are like a horse, Stomach mixture for your stomach troubles. Any sickness you're suffering from, pick up the number on the screen, and then you speak with Tinatet or go into any good herbal shop across the country and demand a Tinatet product for your condition. I want to also say thank you so much. PJ's acid cleaner. PJ's. Listen, it's locally produced, yet it is internationally acclaimed. Only 2 drops in your WC, no matter how dirty and stained it is like this, boof, flash after about 5 minutes and see. It's brand new. Not only brand new, it also kills 99.5%. In fact, 99.99%. We are only being humble. It's actually 100%. Pick up the numbers on the screen. Speak with PJ's acid, in fact, cleaner. That is the answer to all the stains on your WCs, stains on your terrazzoed floors, marbled floors, concrete floors, and even tiles. No problem. I want to also say thank you to Diana Wright. We appreciate you for supporting this show. Beautiful songstress. She's Jamaican based in America. She has a brand new single out called Bed of Roses. Check her out. Her contact is here. Book her for concerts. She plays solid reggae and gospel. Oh my God. All in the reggae vein. Her single is out on YouTube. Hit her there and send her a message. This is the pot that is Blakk. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Come along. Let's do it again. Next thing I would like to look at, and I'm just about to go. Quickly, watch this. It says what? Nkrumah'S bodyguard receives only 47 Ghana cedis monthly as pension. And 47 cedis is equivalent to $4. $4 as it stands right now. This is the bodyguard. This is his pension. He's called Christian Blakk. He used to bodyguard Nkrumah. Even when Nkrumah was going to the sea to pray, he went with him at night. He's now 88 years, and his retirement benefit, in fact, monthly, is 47 cedis. Watch it. I get only 47 cedis as pension. Nkrumah's bodyguard laments life after president's death. My brother, and when you read the story, it's sad. He says the money is so meagerly that even transportation to the bank takes more than that. So what he does normally is to wait for 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, and go and collect it in bulk. He said he would have left it, but it just reminds him of his struggles and sweat as a man. That's all that he worked for. 47 Ghana cedis. He's asked the controller and accountant what department to deal with it. They've promised time and again to deal with it. My brother, 47 cedis. But he says something very pathetic here. What does he say? He says that despite all these things that he's done and the amount of money they're giving to him, he's not sad. Because he listens to radio and sometimes people call him to talk about Nkrumah. So he feels important. And he's praying that at least he reaches 100 years before he dies. He has no sight. He can't see. But he loves his life. He wants to live at least 12 more years to tell more stories. This man is called Blakk, Christian Blakk. Nkrumah's bodyguard. I wish he hadn't said he was Nkrumah's bodyguard. They would have increased the money quickly. Nana Addo will increase your salary as an Nkrumah bodyguard. A man who is looking for Nkrumah's dead body to excavate and throw it in the sea. You think he likes Nkrumah? Oh, I wish you hadn't said this. But it's a challenge. Where are the Nkrumah'ists? Where are the Nkrumah'ists? We see Pratt, Jr. Where is the CPP? If we all come together, we can give this man at least 200 times what he's receiving right now every month. And that is 470 times 2. Just a little above 1,000 Ghana cedis. If we come together, we can do more. But let this be the target for now. To disgrace whoever wants to disgrace Nkrumah. In the interim, dash it away. Next thing before I leave. I'm going. I'm leaving. Zimbabwe takes the path of unprecedented barbarism. This is Zimbabwe. I am supposed to be their tourism ambassador internationally. But Zimbabwe is doing something bad. You know what they are doing? You see the man standing there? He's holding what? How do they call it? Dogma or something? Chainsaw. They are cutting the of the rhino. And it's government that is asking them to do that. You know why? Watch this. Zimbabwe to remove horns from all of its rhinos to deter poachers. The project would involve a massive undertaking by federal veterinarians to anesthetize and cut off the horns of more than 1,000 animals. In the whole of Africa, the country that has the most rhinos is Zimbabwe. Pardon, South Africa. Followed by one more country before Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe is the 3rd biggest producer of rhinos. And people are not interested in this big animal. All they want is the horn. That does not even form 0.001% of his body. So they'll kill the animal and take off the horn. So the government of Zimbabwe says, let veterinarians come together. Let's cut off the horn. As to what they are going to do with the horn, I don't know. And if Zimbabwe is broke and he wants to hide under this and cut the horns of the rhinos and go and sell, it's on to you. But me as an animal rightist, I so much disagree. It's a shame. First and foremost, ask yourself, what is the importance of that horn on top of the head of the rhino? It's for protection. It's also for hunting. If you cut off that horn, it's almost like you have thrown a sheep amongst lions. That's what it uses to fight. You cut off the horn and release it into the jungle. The lion would eat it in seconds. Animals that couldn't even come near it now will feel it. Zimbabwe, be wise. Oh. Please be wise. Be wise. Stop this nonsense. Let the animals live. If you cannot protect them in their natural habitat, do not kill them. Send them to an early grave. I'll leave it here. Come along. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta. And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's the same thing Cheddar did. Brought white lions, or is it tigers, into this country and detreated them, removed their teeth, and declawed them. Their claws removed them. They have now become cats, meow, around him. What wickedness. We should speak the truth. Hey! Whoa!